check. And you know that always takes a few minutes. But while we're waiting for the sound check to come in, go ahead and check out the awesome helmet of Panther. Dun dun dun. We'll just wait for the sound check to come in. It just takes so long for it to show up. Show up, show up. All right, come on. Work, work.
Earn free crypto just by learning about it.
Let me skip this ad. There we go. Sound check. Sound check. There we go. All right, cool. So now I am with you guys so I can hear and see your comments. So Raptor, thanks for joining us. Let's go ahead and bust this castle open. Before we get too far into it, let's first check out the awesome box art all over this thing. Because there is some really cool box art. That is, first of all, we got He-Man and Skeletor battling it out. And of course, He-Man is on this side of the castle coming out, as opposed to the original Castle Grayskull artwork we saw, where it was on, where Skeletor was inside the actual castle. So that is actually a really cool looking box art. Then we have Merman over here fighting with Man-at-Arms and Beastman and Man-E-Faces. Then we have Stratos just kind of being worthless over here, flying around with a weapon we didn't get with the pack. And then we have Tila. Hey, thanks. I actually got it from Big Bad Toy Store. I do have a link down below, but that's not the Big Bad Toy Store. It's just other ones people have for sale. And then on this side, we got some pretty cool stuff too. We have Triclops. We have these cool skeleton warriors. Now, hopefully we get those. Notice the bat symbol on them. Now, the bat symbol looks like the bat symbol we see on Skeletor, but you know also that, of course, Hordak has the bat symbol. But we can see at least one arm here, a full skeleton here, and one here. So at least 3 of them are coming in to attack. And you can see they actually are skeletons, so it's not scare glow, but they also look like they glow in the dark. I really hope that Mattel releases those. Then, of course, we have Evil Lynn, and there she is, getting ready to shoot a spell on somebody. And Ram Man blasting down in order to get Triclops. As you can tell, he knows he's going to be hit any second. Look at that expression on his face. Ah! And then up here we have the White Sorceress, and she's coming down, flying down. And look at that expression on her face. She looks like she means business. Now up here at the top, we have the gun that is unmanned. And then we have Zodak up here just kind of looking over, keeping things neutral. Okay, you guys, if one side starts to win too much, I'm blasting one of your teammates. Keep the war going, keep it neutral, right? And, and over here, we got some cool different artwork there. And look, they actually have the guy we got with classics riding the jet sled. Yeah, I agree. The art on this is top notch. It is just amazing. So let's go ahead and continue on the side of the box. We see Battle Cat and Panther battling it out. Hey, where's his helmet? Anyway, and that's really cool. And of course, they have some planets in the background. The Fortress of Mystery and Power for He-Man and his foes. Which is interesting. It says for He-Man and his foes. So I know the original storyline was that they would take and both capture the castle and take turns, basically. Whoever held the flag and turned the flag around for a good guy, bad guy side. Then on the back, we have a huge, giant, all kinds of figures. And of course, they show the land shark. Then we have a bunch of other figures in there. A lot of the same ones we see in the front in the artwork. And that is so cool. And then, of course, they show Orko. Did we see Orko in the front? I don't think we did. I don't see him. All right, so up in the top corner, we got the inside view of the castle and all the cool accessories it comes with. And then, oops, sorry, Panther. On the other side, we have, oh, look at that. We have Fisto battling some kind of creature that I've not seen before. And he's got the big old ball and chain accessory. Then we have these flying creatures coming down too. And of course some more really close planets that would throw off the gravitational pull of Eternia. And, oh, wait, we got some box art on the top too, it looks like. So on the top, looks more like photographs actually, than box art. We have, of course, the castle. And then it shows some of the cool stuff, you know, warriors practice for combat. And then it shows the flag shows who controls the castle, just like I was saying before. So depending on which side it's turned on, so back to the original storyline, trapdoor of surprise. And then we have the laser, and you can see we got Stratos controlling it. Then we have Beastman there with different weapons. Then we have Tila on the elevator. And then we have the castle being closed, so you can see how it looks. Yep, castle folds in half for easy carrying. Now, one feature about this that a lot of my friends did when we were kids is they would actually store their figures in it too. So not only would it be the castle storage, but it'd also be a way to transport all your stuff to somebody else's house. Yep. Sledge Master, the art is really cool on this. Let's check out the bottom of the box. And the bottom of the box, you can see it has some safety stuff. Don't get hurt. And then there's the barcode. I'll pause it there for a second so you guys can use that to look for it on your own. And then they show the castle and the accessories. And of course the one figure that it comes with. Boom. All right. Let's go ahead and get this thing open now. Get out of my chair. Now it looks like this opens way on this side right here. You can see we got tape right here on the sides. 2 pieces. So let me go ahead and just cut this tape off very carefully. Oh, looks like 3 pieces. I'm still learning the count. Oh, looks like 4 pieces. Wow, I was really off. See, that's why I don't get to count my kids' fingers and toes when they were born. The doctor had to do it because he has a degree for counting. All right. So, there we go. You can already see it in the box. Look at that. No! Oh, stuff's falling out. Okay, nothing else in the box. Look at that. That looks so cool already. Now, mine does have the speckles on it, like we saw in the promo picture of it. The castle door is painted brown here. It's pretty cool. Oh, nice pop actor. That's good to get you in tomorrow. They didn't include the astronaut. Wow. That's kind of surprising. Let's pull off this top piece here. Let's pull this out of the way and you can see the mess of stuff left inside there. And you can see the hinge has a nice big metal hinge there. There's the elevator. And I guess I must have to add stuff. And they got the little thing to control it. And they added a little spindle here so it doesn't get caught like it used to. Where the cord would rip slowly. That actually works really smooth. Alright, let's go ahead and put this behind all the pieces. And let's start sorting through all this stuff. Look at that mess of stuff we got there. So a piece of cardboard. Wow, they actually got the gun already built, so you don't have to build it. We'll set that right here for now. Oh, look at this. They have like stuff on the inside bottom down there. Now this is a raised floor, so it is different than we've seen before. But that's kind of cool how they have actual like slate on the bottom down there. All right. Huh. The teeth are different on the door on both sides. Okay, let's go ahead and look at some stuff. I'm guessing this is for the elevator side. Yep. This must be the trapdoor side. Looks like they may have revamped the trapdoor here. Wow, that is a long pull before it actually falls. So you got a lot of twisting to do there, Skeletor, before you drop someone down there. We have our sticker sheets in here. Now, I'm not going to stickerize it in this video. What I like to do is scan these in at a high resolution, so in the future, if I ever need the stickers or reproductions, then I'll have them. And it looks like in the same box, we also get our sorceress. Let's go ahead and pull her out of there. Let me get some better lighting on in here. There we go, it's a little better. So I can't see your guys' comments right now because I'm not looking at my other phone. We have the ladder, and it's weird, it's hollow on the back side and where they step on. I'll try it, I was pulling her out of the bag. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So let's go ahead and break down her articulation really quick since we have her here in our hands. So, first of all, she has ankle articulation and the boot cut. And then, of course, the wonky knees. And the legs move up higher. She has to turn at the waist. And then her shoulders move. Elbow. And it's not frozen. And then she has a wristbands. And there we go. On the other side, same thing. Her head rotates, but not very much because it's blocked by her head garment. And then she has wings that you just pull out. They're not spring-loaded, but that still works really nice. It's a nice feature. That way then you don't have to go pa-chink and pop them out or have big giant barrels on her back either. So they did a really, really clean job. These are really soft type plastic rubber. This is actually softer than the ones above. So this is like really soft rubber down here. These are a little stiffer up here. So there she is. Let's go ahead and get a flight stand for her. You know, you got to have her flying, right? There she goes. All right, let's see what else we got in here. So, let's move this cardboard out of here so you guys can see this stuff better. Oh, these weapons are huge. Look at the size of this blaster here. That's really cool. And it's the one we never got that we saw on the little stand. That was that three-legged stand. And we have the weapons rack, which is hollow on the back and solid on the front. Cool wood grain and a little bit different design than we've seen before. We got the flag, which has a hexagon piece right there. And so I'm guessing it probably locks into something so it doesn't fall over all the time. I was going to add a washer to this like I did on the other one, just for weight. But I didn't grab the washer yet. Then we have our boar head. And, of course, a big old fist on the other side. So you pretend to practice to block and dodge. That's funny, it's a boar head. All right. Then in this bag, we have the computer. Oh, look at that. These little flags that hang down are actually like ribbons. I did not expect that. It says stickers. So there's the computer, which normally would be next to the astronaut. And then here is one of the top pieces. It goes up in here somewhere. So I'm guessing this is where the flag attaches. Let's see if I'm right. Yep, look at that. That is so cool. You don't have to worry about... It's hard to get off there, though. You may end up breaking your flag trying to pull it off there, but that's where that goes. All right, and in the last bag, we have Another flag. This one is attached to the floor piece. And that's kind of cool. This floor piece looks like it sticks out further than the ones did in the past. So that's kind of cool. I wonder how these go in. I guess we'll figure that out later. This one must go on this side. We'll figure that all out. So I'm guessing the other flag must go on this one. So let's just go ahead and put that on now. Make sure it's facing the right way. Yep. There we go. All right. And then we have another floor piece. The elevator chunk. And the large master computer. So I'm sure a giant sticker goes right here. That's really super smooth. All right, let's take a look at those stickers. Then I'm going to scan in at the highest DPI I can. And you can see we have the trap door. We have the pit. Well, that pit looks way different this time. It's funny, it's got a hinge right here. Oops, it's got a hinge right here on it. But they've kind of changed the way they made this look. And it looks like they got a landing spot down here for it too. Right here in the castle. Then we have for the back of the throne. Oh, you know what annoys me is I bought that throne from eBay to make that Zodak, and I could have used this one when I got this. This is actually better and be way easier to use than the one I was using. Oh well. And then it's like we have some controls. We have the big giant computer screen. Then we have our flag, which is actually smaller than it was in the original castle. All right. And then we have our instructions. Now let's go ahead and look at some of your questions before I start building this. Oh, look at all these cool instructions. Fun, fun, fun. Oh, see, that is the same connection as the flag. Look at that. All right, let's take a look at you guys' questions, because I've been ignoring you guys this whole time. Let's see. For the price of the set, it's well worth the money. I got mine luckily at Walmart. Actually, I didn't get it from Big Bad Toy Store. I'm sorry, I got it from Walmart pre-sale. That's right. Yep, the wings are cool.
But you're right, you should have stuff lined up though.
Yep, it is very cool. All right, I don't see a whole lot of questions, so I'm going to go ahead and keep going. And let's go ahead and start building this thing. So let's scoot all this closer to us. Watch out, Flea Man. Flea Man. All right, so let's follow the directions. First we got our contents. They got it all laid out like IKEA stuff. And then it shows how to apply the labels first, which like I said before, I'm not doing tonight because I do not want to ruin them and not have a backup. And then it shows where everything starts to slide into place. So let's go ahead and get on the slide on into place section. And let's start sliding stuff into place. Now hopefully it can come apart easier later so I can actually get the stickers on easier. Alright, you have to leave that out of there. And this goes right here. Oop. So easy, a child can do it. Where's those childs when you need them? Now I should grab my granddaughter. Come put this together for me. Weird. Okay. There we go. Hooray. We're almost done. We got one done. One done. Lots of pieces to go. So, we got the small floor, the little rounded one. That's so weird. They got the squares around it, but they don't show the squares in the picture. That's funny. And look, they're labeled A. A is for the apple floor. Now let's find floor B. Nope, it's supposed to be C. Floor B for banana. V5 for banana. All right, C is for cantaloupe. I see a theme here. Let's see. D is the trap door. Interesting. They got little pieces that lock in right on the sides, just make it fit just a little bit tighter. But this one's not locking into place very easily. There we go. I know what it is. It's these sides of this castle are a little flexible. So that's the kind of strange part about it. All right. Let's stick this one in. Hooray. Now these seem like they're a little flopsy-mopsy, so they may end up bending on you on time. We had the same problem with the Classics Castle Grayskull too. So I had to create little sticks to hold up the supports. Let's see, let's back this up and put the gun up here. So that's why this floor is nice and long. What's funny is, years ago I made a custom Castle Grayskull. When I bought the castle, it had empty floors in it, and I actually made this extra long for that reason, so someone can actually stand up there. It just makes total sense. Yes, it's cool how the flags are actually ribbon material instead of just stickers stuck on the back wall. All right, let's go and raise this elevator so I can see how this goes in there. You know what? I'm going to lower it and put it down here. I would suggest when you guys are putting your stickers on, because these are so smooth, taking some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and getting 2 wipers, one to clean it and one to wipe it off, and your stickers should adhere better. So that's what I'm going to do with mine once I get to that point. That's funny, look, they have the word click in there in case you weren't sure. Click. Put it in and click it. Click it good. Well, I'm definitely going to need to get an astronaut for this. Maybe they'll release an astronaut later on. Oh! Should have put that on first. That's the ultimate trapdoor. Everybody falls to their doom. And you can see right here, that little hook just does not want to go into place right there. See that little spot just right in there? And so you have to almost put that in first and then do the other side. There we go. All right, let's add the flag up here. So I got my flag added. And now let's add the Throne of Power. Throne of Power! And you can see there's a little slit right here. And this slit lines up with this tab on the throne. You just stick it in there and it's supposed to click. Ooh. Oh, it's not clicking. There we go. It finally clicked into place. Then this came right back out. Oh, there we go. I guess it was quite the click. The directions weren't kidding. Now, one thing that bothers me with all the castles is there's just not a lot of room in front of the throne to get into the seat. You know, if you're trying to get around here to get in there, just don't have a lot of room. So the nice part of this one, you can turn the chair pretty far before the trap door hits. And you can feel right there it's going to go. So you got room to get into the chair. And it has foot pegs to match up with their foot pegs and their heels. So that way he won't slip and fall out of the chair into his doom. And what's kind of fun is they actually have spots for the ladder. So in case you weren't sure where the ladder went, it just pops on right here. Let's see here. I don't think it matters which way it goes. Well, I guess it doesn't pop on, it just sits there. But that way you kind of know where the ladder goes. So there you go. All right. So we got those all built. Now it's time for the weapons. This is really strange. So here's what we have. We have weapon storage, and it shows to put this one together. You use the scabbard, the mace, and the sword. So there we go. And the mace and the sword. Bum, bum, bum. That's kind of cool. Now, to do the other weapons rack, you do this right here in the middle. Oh, actually, it looks like it pops on right here. There we go, and it shows the directions right there how to do it. And then your mace goes right here on the end. And then your sword goes in the middle of those two by the handle and blade down. And then last, you have the cool laser of power. And now I know why this is like that, the little notch right there, because it goes on just like that and actually plugs in to that notch. Now, here's the bad part is you've just used all the weapons that used to be on here. So I don't know why they didn't include more, so you could have, you know, I guess your choice how you want to show them, but it does kind of stink that they don't actually have two sets of weapons or enough to cover it. But I guess once you get your other figures, you know, you could take He-Man's axe and put it up there, and nope, well that didn't work. But you could take He-Man's shield, and that looks like it fits right here on the end here. Nope. Oh, there we go. That's how it fits on there. That's different. So the handle goes down there, and that just kind of plops into place. Weird. Okay. And then, of course, you have your boar's head practicing. Huh! Go, He-Man, go! And you attack the boar's head, and it hits around. The fist comes, he has to jump out of the way. Ah! Then he comes back, hits the boar's head the other way, jumps out. Oh, you didn't jump out of the way quick enough, He-Man. So that's kind of the idea. I don't know why they didn't make this a shield this time. That made more sense that they were smacking a shield instead of a boar's head. But, you know, I guess in these violent times we are going to destroy a poor little boar's head. All right, here is her accessory. So let's go ahead and put it in her hand. And then I'm going to go ahead and check your guys' comments and see what you have. And then we'll check out the front of this and see how the sword works. Ugh. All right, let's check out your... Wait, you're a grandfather. I am. My oldest granddaughter is actually 13. I have 5 grandkids. Yep. Yep. My oldest boy is in his mid-30s. My next boy down is in his early 30s. My daughter's almost 30, and my baby's in his mid-20s. So yeah, I'm a little older. An actual and scale ladder. Yeah. How crazy is that? Look at that. You can have He-Man climb the ladder instead of taking the elevator. Zodak belongs to that chair. Yep, I suppose. Just kind of annoyed that I did not wait and spent a ton on the other Castle Grayskull one. It would have been okay if I would have finished it, but since I didn't even finish it, it's kind of annoying. I guess this has to go on this side because that's where the Will of Souls is going to go. Now, as you guys know, I'm working on that cool dungeon that I'm working on. And so I'm probably going to try to find a way to make something here, which is dungeon-like. And hopefully I can have it work that it actually lines up with the trap door. I don't see how that's going to work, though, because that trap door is just going to be in the way. Yeah, because the trap door just about swings right in front of Castle Grayskull. And if you had a square piece right here, you'd block half of the entrance to the castle. Too bad the door didn't open the other way on the trap door, so that it would open and hinge this way. Then someone could fall in a lot easier. Oh well, I'll figure something out. It'll be cool once it's done. All right, let's go ahead and turn this thing around, and then we'll populate it with some figures. Let me check out your comments. Yep, not too many weapons. But you know what? They're going to give us... I mean, we get lots of weapons with our action figures anyway. So, you think about it, we're going to have all kinds of stuff to put on those weapons racks. I personally am not a fan of this rack anyway. I don't know. I wish they would have gave us the tripod one they showed originally in the old sticker. But, oh well. Alright, oh, let's try the foldability of this. Burp. Will it fold? Oh, 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 oh. Seems like it's stuck on. That part folds. It's right here in the middle. Oh, let's just jam it and then do the hooks really quick. Ooh! There we go. So there's the front of the Grayskull of Castle. Castle Grayskull be mine! And let's go ahead and give him his double sword. You know what? He has to earn the double sword. So we will give him the purple half to start with because, you know, Skeletor gets the purple half because that's just how it usually works. And he has to fight Stratos for the other half. Because, you know, in the comic, that's what happened. He had to go to the mountains and fight Stratos for it and pull it out of the rock and all other kind of crazy stuff. So, let's see what kind of weapons we have here. Oh, yeah. Skeletor gets the big old axe. The axe of power. Oh, we can fly. Wait, we need someone else. Beast Man. I am Beast Man. I will get the sword for you, Skeletor. Get out of here. Alright, Skeletor now has the sword of power, the two halves. Now he must combine them to be able to open the castle. Bum bum bum. I have the two swords of power. Oh, his hands don't quite fit together. With a burst of light and a blast. Oh, the swords are combined. Let's go and try it now. So, let's zoom up on this so you guys can see exactly how these swords work. Hey, thanks, All Music fan. Jeff, I appreciate that. So, let's see if the two swords combine. Open this. Slide it on in there. Oh, it's spring-loaded. That's funny. The old 80s one was not spring-loaded, so you have to actually install the swords and leave them in there far enough to get the door slightly open. Then it opens. There you go. And now Skeletor can enter the castle unbothered by any of the heroes because he has the power sword. So let's try half sword, just to see if you could cheat with only just a purple sword. I'm guessing it's going to work. Yep, it does work. It actually works easier. So, there you go. Alright, so a couple things. It does not have the shelf over here hanging around the edge that we saw with Classics and we saw in the original. It does have the window over here. No overspray on the eyes. Just a solid black, kind of an overspray. Kind of, you can kind of see it's kind of soft sprayed. And then it has the nose soft sprayed. It's covered with speckles or freckles of some sort. It does have different shades of green that's been blasted on it. And on its cheeks as well. This design is pretty straight up. Let's go ahead and grab the one from the 80s. Let's do a comparison of the two. I just happen to have one right here. There we go. So, you can see that the locking feature is very similar. Except on this one, it's not spring-loaded. And I remember my youngest boy, he always thought these were supposed to be keys, not swords, because of the Castle Grayskull. So it's kind of funny. He didn't realize they were also a weapon. He thought they were just a key. So, the height is just about the same of the two castles. This one is more organic looking, I believe. You can see this kind of scoops in on the side here and scoops in right down here. And the mouth is more projecting off the top. And I don't know, I kind of like the way this one is here. The cheeks are bigger. It has crazy overspray that's always different on each one. And the crown itself is smaller on the top on the old one. So that's some of the differences. The window has one set of bricks and a little top one up here. The other window has multiple sets of bricks around it, surrounding it. So you can kind of see it's a little bit different style. Let's go ahead and turn these around and look at the other side. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Is now you have to reach inside to lock it. Oh well. Let's turn this one around first. Now this one has the cheap plastic hinges that people would always find snapped and cracked. These little pieces here just somehow be snapped or cracked. So the new one's nice that it does have a nice metal bar in there. So you can see it's one metal bar going all the way along. Now, if it's like the other play sets we've seen in the past, oh yeah, it is. Look at that. You can see the top of the hinge there. You could probably take a screwdriver and knock this out, and then take some pliers and probably pull it from the bottom side. Yep, you can. Look at that. And that way then you could unhinge them if you choose to. Now, when it comes to the back, there is some differences. One, this is like one giant secret door here, and a lot of people didn't know it's supposed to be a secret door, and I like that. But this one actually looks like it may be a doorway, and it has stairs up to it, so it's not so secret anymore. Not a fan of that. But what's funny is they didn't actually make it a door. So if you want to do this, you have to Dremel it around to make it into a door yourself. I do like the brown on here. It's really cool. And I actually like the back of this one better. So if I had to choose, because the window's open here, that's cool. Little window right here, a little different shaped. But I actually prefer the back of this one as a whole, except for the door being exposed as a door. Other than that, I like the new back better. So I like the front of the old one better and the back of the new one better. Now, what's kind of weird is notice there is no tower on this side. And this one, the tower continues. And why I find that funny is, where is it? Oh, here it is when I was messing with these little castles here, the little dinky ones, is I noticed that it had the castle on the back had that going up. And so I knew the toy didn't have that, so I sanded it off on this one to match. So when Skeletor has his little plans he's setting out to capture Castle Grayskull, I wanted it to be like the toy, so I sanded that off right there. But I guess the new toy now has that on top. So a little bit different. All right, let's go ahead and open it back up and start populating it with some of the masters of the universe, both heroic and evil. I always thought it was strange the hooks went under instead of over. Even as a kid, I thought that was strange, but I guess it runs into problems. It tries to go over, but it just seems kind of odd to have it hook under. Now, I always thought the castle should be like this, at a 90-degree angle. So even though people always take the play set and open it all the way up, it's intended to sit with a 90-degree angle. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to go and turn it like this. So my 90 degrees right here. And then I have my, they're both sitting at 45. And that's how it should sit. Which means then these floors now are overlapped a little bit on top of there, as you can see. All right, let's go look at your questions. Do you think we'll get a spacesuit as a separate figure? I sure hope so. I was excited to see my castle come in. It came in today at the door, and I'm like, oh, no way. It came in. I'm to make a video tonight. Yes, Steve, it is cool, both the old and the new. Yeah, it is really cool. All right, so let's go ahead and put these. Now, I'm not a fan of this floating floor. You can see that it is already starting to arch a little bit, and as time goes on, it's just going to arch more and more. So I kind of get why they did it. You know, obviously, it's so that, you know, you'd have, so it wouldn't rock on the bottom, but still not a fan of it. So, in case you didn't guess, I got this tablecloth years ago to match Castle Grayskull green. So, it's now matching. Hooray! Anyway, so let's go ahead and start populating these guys. Let's put Stratos with the gun because he's worthless, so he needs some big monster gun. And if he gets knocked off or shot down, he can fly back up to continue to shoot. Let's stick his foot on there, so in case he falls or does the Matrix scene. Oh! You're supposed to fly, man. What is wrong with you? Anyway, let's stick him up there. And as you take a look at this, the gun has two handles on top and bottom. They are angled, so it looks like it's actually pretty hard to get the figure to hang on to it. Let me go and pull this out so you guys can see this better. I'll put it down here on the bottom. So, just like the old toy had originally, so you can see it's got the guns, because they're angled the way they are, and their hands are not angled to match that, it's a little harder to get their hands to stay on there. That actually stretches his hand out quite a bit. So that's a little strange there as well. Does Stratos have a weapon in one of the previous lines? Nope, he comes weaponless. Now, there we go. I know I'm surprised they didn't give us at least this giant egg thing. But then again, he does have a backpack and he does have wings and everything else. Now, the gun to me does look shorter than the one from the old castle. I don't know, you guys be the judge of that. I'm just still used to the classics. The classics one's monstrous. 2000X one was huge too, so it's just kind of strange. All right, let's see if I can keep him on there while I put him back into his floor. Okay. One down. All right. I saw one, a yellow type of fork. Yes, they had the big old pitchfork looking one. That was one style, and they had the one with the egg on top of it. First time when I first custom with him, I actually bought Blue Devil, the DC character, and used his staff rod thing for him to be that way. So, let's put Manny Faces in here. Now, what's funny is in the box art, they actually show this as skin, and it's just such the wrong color to be skin. It's so orangish. And I know in the past it was always a debate as whether this is supposed to be an orange jumpsuit or a skin. In Classics, they solved that and just made it skin. It looked way better. Now, I remember watching the commercial as a kid, and they would have him come up to different windows, and they would, you know, and of course there's 3 people guarding the castle, and really it was just one guy, Manny Faces. There we go. Let's go ahead and put her looking out the window because that's what she does all the time. Who goes there? Her head actually fits out the window. That's hilarious. They made the window wide enough. And someone said Zodak gets the chair. Zodak, what crimes did you get to get the chair? I am neutral. All right, Mr. Neutral. Let's stick him in the chair. He just thinks he's the king, doesn't he? You know, that does not work. These little pins I have here does not work. See, before the feet would actually sit on these pedals down here. And those little pinholes just defeat the purpose of how it's to fit in the chair originally. Not a fan. But I guess if you don't use them, he'll keep sliding out. I'll put one foot in there. That way he can have the other foot sitting clear. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and get Prince Adam, and he can practice his skills because he definitely needs to practice. What is with this power sword? Why can't Mattel give us a full-fledged power sword? So you know what I did? It's still drying my paint on this. I'm not going to use it today. But I took Skeletor's sword and He-Man's sword and I glued them together and I sanded one side silver. But the silver paint just is not drying very well because I am tired of having a half sword. I was going to use it for the video tonight, but the paint just didn't dry yet. So until that paint's totally dry, I'm not going to stick it in the hand because I know what happens is the paint residue will stay in the hand and then it'll ruin the hand of the figure you're using. So I'll turn him this way so you can, looks like a full sword from that angle. And we will give him the boar's head spinning tool. There we go. And he can practice to his heart's content. Of course, we need Tila to boss him around and tell him he's doing it wrong. So we'll stick her in there. Oh! Tila. Get it together, woman. All right. And then, of course, we will have the Master of Weapons in the elevator. go. Let's try it out. Burp. He's almost the same color. He belongs there. That's a pretty big elevator platform for one person. You could probably put 3 people on there. All right, so we got to have Rammy. He's just chilling too. You know what? Let's have him chill up here. Oh, he doesn't fit. He's too fat to fit up there. You can do it, Rammy. Raise that arm up. All right. And I think that's all the heroes I have besides She-Ra. What the heck? We'll put She-Ra up there too. She can hang out by the flag. She could be the flag girl. There you go, She-Ra. All right. Now we're set. Ram Man is too heavy for top floors. Kind of like the Hulk in the elevator. That was funny. Manny Faces has a liver problem. Yes, he is very jaundiced. Yeah, Super 7 was very generous with when it came to adding accessories. I guess we'll put this ladder in the way. There we go. All right. So now we could have the bad guys attack. Since Prince Adam has his sword in his hand, Skeletor will have to use something else to break open the door. We'll pretend like he stole the key from this guy, from his whatever. Of course, the key was to the back door, wasn't it? Oh well. We'll just have him use the half sword because he figured out it's a cheat. It's a cheat, man. Oh, Prince Adam. Can you open the door without the sword? I guess you can. You can just push this button right here. Oh, and I squish Skeletor on the other side. Da-da-da! Where is He-Man? I want to teach him a lesson. Puny Prince Adam, get out of the way. Oh! Skeletor, you'll never get away with that. Oh! Ah! We'll see about that. Oh! Oh, poor Man-at-Arms. Oh, he lost his sword. He doesn't need it, though. He's a tough guy. Take the elevator up. Now you guys can't see as I'm out of view. Ah, there we go. I will stop you, Skeletor. Spoosh! Oh! Ha-ha! Now Zodak all of a sudden notices that Skeletor is too powerful and winning too much. So in his neutrality, he shall show Skeletor a lesson that he will soon forget. Bump, bump, bump. Oh. Hey. Oh! Look at that. If the castle was at 90 degrees, as it should be, the door does not work. No! That is a major fail. Because you shouldn't play with it wide open. It's got to be 90 degrees because that's the way the castle was on the outside. Oh, come on, Mattel. No. Okay, reset. I think there should be a flag here or something too. Maybe so you can put the flag somewhere else. Okay, let's try this again. Now this trap door is very flimsy. You can see that it's really soft and it can easily bend or get deformed. Oh, that was quick. All right, so a couple failures as we saw. One is you can't use the playset as it's supposed to be, which is at 90 degrees. You have to open it all the way or more. That stinks. And of course, the floor down here, not happy with that. The soft floors up here, you can just see that. And I wish they would have fixed this by bringing this out somehow. You know, give us some extra room or an extra floor it pulls out or something, because If you get out of this chair and get your milk and cookies, you can. It's a long ways down. Anyway, so let's check out your guys' questions. You know what? I don't need to check. Just come with a comic book. Nope, no comic. I will scan these in tonight, and hopefully later on, not tonight, but later on, soon you guys will see the castle with all the stickers on, and I'll probably do some videos about other things with the castle in the way. And of course, when I finish my dungeon for this size figures, I will be showing that off as well. My goal is to make it so the dungeon is under this height here, but it may not fit up inside here because of this piece right here, because that adds a lot. I don't know. I might figure something out. But at least the dungeon could be here, and you just kick someone into it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I figure it out. She is hurling out the window, all right. She just had a little too much last night. The trap door is always a fail. Class 6, it dropped the baddie right outside the dungeon. Not in it at all, yep. Works at 90 degrees on vintage? It does. I've always kept my castle at 90 degrees. I would actually sometimes even get a second castle and put the wall right here and bring it out. I think... I think at one time I actually did have 2 extra walls that actually had the sides closed off by using this side piece 3 times on my old castle before I sold it. You could make a slide under the trap door that slides a figure into the dungeon. You could. There's not a lot of room here, and the way the hinge goes, the hinge kind of messes that up because it already creates a slide-like situation where it's sliding away from the dungeon. If it hinged on this side, then you can make it so it stops at a certain degree and forces them to slide into the dungeon. But since they put the hinges on this side, it just totally messes it up. So the slide would actually be in the way as this door swings down because the angle. Yeah. Because as he's sliding right here, if he was to hit that slide coming this way, by the time he had that slide there, it would be so short in the dungeon that there would not be a lot of room. Crazy, crazy. I guess you could have a slide coming this way, but even still, by the time the trapdoor would clear the slide, it'd have to almost pop up at the same time the dungeon opens, or the trapdoor opens up. I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. It'll be cool though, whatever it is. Yes, stairs would be cool. Yeah, a few more panels below the trapdoor and turn it into an awesome dice tower. Yeah, that would be funny. Oh, that's so annoying. I cannot believe. You know what? I'm going to have to Dremel that. That is going to drive me crazy. Let me double check the directions and see if there's supposed to be a third flag. And if there's not, then that floor is going to be changing shape pretty quick here. Because that is just uncalled for. With that. Frustrating. Let me see where I throw those directions at. Yeah, it's funny. They don't even show even the flag hookup down there on the bottom one. And the contents, dun, 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 just shows 2 flags. That's it. Oh, my light died. No. So it is time for this floor to be altered. Now the bad part here is this nice thin wall here, so I'm gonna have to Dremel it out. Oh, you know what? That's for the ladder, I bet you. It is. That's where the ladder goes. Oh yeah, there's more ladder holes up here. Oh, that's stinky. Alright. I think it calls for 2 Castle Grayskulls. One to alter and one to leave alone. Which I wish I had done with Classics originally. At one time they had a sale on the Classics Castle Grayskull for only 150 bucks, and I did not buy it. And I've been kicking myself ever since. Because having that second Classics Castle Grayskull would have been really cool. But see, if you have to literally open this almost all the way up for that ladder to work. You start to close it at all and the ladder hits. Man. Yeah, I see it's not for the flag, but look at the bottom. It actually does have the hooks for the flag too. So you could literally hook a flag on there as well. So they kind of made it so it's dual purpose, so you can kind of rearrange things how you want. I'm gonna have to make a whole new floor. I think that's the real trick. I'll have to measure this and see if it'll even fit on my 3D printer and just create a whole new floor. Get all the measurements, figure it out. It's not as tough as the ones that were made back in the 80s to make, and then just make a floor that has that out of there. And the fun part is I can make it a little taller if I wanted, or not taller, but bigger out too if I wanted to. You know, I might just redo both floors. Then I could change the direction of the hinges on this too. Of course, that might not work. Let me see the mechanism on this. See, now you guys are seeing my thought process. Oh, poor Stratos. Yeah, I guess it was hinged on the other side. You'd have to have a bigger piece coming out. And it's funny is when I first made my first trap door, because I made my own floor too, because I had the floor with no trap door, so I made it out of popsicle sticks and some other things, and I didn't have the hinge piece here, so I had to create that too. I made it out of a plastic silverware fork that I bent up, and I literally had it go to the middle of the floor, and the whole floor would just fall, not just hinged on one side. It was kind of funny. Look at that. They even got a spot for the flags on this one too. So you could put a flag down here on this bottom floor as well. That is just so annoying. Yes, this is how I sound and look when I'm annoyed. This is Hebrew annoyed. Anyway, I didn't even get Evelyn in the action. Evelyn. Could I trim the edge of the actual trap door? Well, if you're to do that, let's see how far it has to go. Let's just check that out before I leave you guys. Okay, we got that there. We got this here. Put that side in first. Oh. Okay, 90 degrees. And so, yeah, that would be an awful lot of trimming to do on that floor. You can see, let me get by the light. This light died. Ugh. You can see how much you'd have to trim on there. And there's quite a bit of trimming to do. You have to trim this whole edge all the way along here. And about a good 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch. guys can see that or not. So there would be quite a lot of trimming to do. Or if you were to trim the floor, you would just trim off that corner right about here, and then on that wood grain right there, and then have to rebuild this edge underneath there. I probably wouldn't trim it square. I would probably do it at like a diagonal from this point right here all the way across there so it looks natural, and try to give it some kind of, you know, bumps to it here and there so it looks like it's a natural cut. That's probably how I'd end up doing it. Because if you do a straight square, it's going to look like some batch job repair. So, and you know, you want it to look good when you're done. All right. Well, thanks for watching, you guys. Sorry to give you my disappointing thoughts. I was doing really good till I found out the trap door didn't work again. Fail, Mattel. And like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will talk to you guys next video. Thanks for joining me. Bye now.